Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate and I'm thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at what is going on in this person's life. And what I mean by that is whoever you came to this reading for, whoever you're curious about, I really want to see what's going on like theme-wise in their life. So this could be like what's going on externally, but also what's maybe going on internally or both. So just what is going on with this person essentially. So there will also be an extended reading if you guys are more curious about what's going on in the connection. We're going to be looking at your person's thoughts and feelings for you along with what they'd want to say to you and then guidance. So if you guys are curious about that, I will have it linked down below. But anyways, there are 3 piles to choose from. So for pile number 1, we have the Black Tarot with this Amazonite raw crystal. For pile number 2, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot with this raw clear quartz. And for pile number 3, we have the Wandering Moon Tarot with this red carnelian heart. So as always, take whatever time you need to tune into which pile you're feeling the most drawn to. There will be an energy check-in just to see how you would describe this relationship, this person, to help you guys feel more sure that you picked the right pile. If you guys don't want to watch that, you guys can totally skip to the next part of the reading. So I will have the timestamps linked down below along with the extended readings. I will have the names of these decks and then any other information about me in case you guys are curious. Other than that, I'm excited to get into this reading and I'll see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Black Tarot with this Amazonite raw crystal, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at what is going on in this person's life. So whoever you have on your mind is going to be who I'm intending to tune into. So we're first going to do an energy check-in just to make sure that the person I start reading about is someone that you want to listen to. So we're going to start off with an energy check-in where I'm going to see how you would describe your connection with this person that you're asking about. And what I mean by what's going on in their life is like what's kind of going on behind the scenes, or like what's the overall circumstances in their life right now. And it may or may not affect your connection, but I'm just going to see what's overall going on for them. So this really could be anyone. This could be someone that this could be an ex-person. This could be someone who you're in no contact with, or someone that you just don't really know if what's going on in their life is something that's impacting the way they're showing up in the connection. Okay, so please tune me into pile number 1's energy. How would they describe this person? What is this person's relevance to them? How would they describe their connection to this person? This also could be a new person. So whatever it is, hopefully the energy check will help both of us feel more clear. So what would pile number 1 describe this person or their relationship to them like? We have the Hierophant, we have Taurus energy, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse, we have the 8 of Swords. Can we clarify the Hierophant? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Can we clarify the Knight of Cups? The Lovers. Can we clarify the 2 of Cups in reverse? The King of Swords in reverse. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords? The Moon. And then the Queen of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay, so I feel like there's kind of a mixed energy here where I definitely would say that this is someone, this feels more like a romantic situation, just the Lovers and the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups. It feels like a situation where this person potentially is, it's like you feel like this person is split or like confused right now. With the Moon and the King of Swords in reverse, it's just making me feel like this person doesn't have clarity, or maybe that they're letting certain fears or anxieties get in the way of this connection with you. I feel like this is someone you do feel like there is a strong connection with. We also have Gemini energy here. And the Knight of Cups, it's like, it makes me feel like if this person was going to follow their heart and make a decision out of love, it's almost like you feel like this person would choose you. But with the Hierophant here, it makes me wonder if there's some sort of traditional or like rule book that this person feels they have to go by. Like it's almost this feeling of this person almost thinking that they're not free to be independent in their decisions for some reason. It's like they're not free to just follow their heart and choose love is how it feels. Like it almost feels like there's some obligation, or I'm trying to think about what this could be. Like for some people, like I don't think this is for a lot of people, but this is just an example. It's like if someone like is kind of pushed down a traditional path, like it could be something to do with religion or like a family's like ideology, but it just almost feels like they're under the guidance or like it's almost control, but it's, I would more say like they're following some sort of rule book that doesn't feel like their own rule book, and it maybe is making them confused or on what they want for this connection. And like the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here is like representing almost like not being independent to make their own choices for some reason, or being dependent on some Hierophant, like being dependent on some family or some tradition or some workplace organization, some community, not being able to make their own choices. And it feels like there's sort of an energy of that colliding with what their heart would want with the Knight of Cups here. And the Eight of Swords too can also be this energy of feeling like you're stuck, feeling like you can't, like you're not free to kind of make your own choices, or you're not free to think for yourself in this situation, especially with the King of Swords in reverse. It's like instead of this person creating their own ideology, there's a lot of fear around doing that, or feeling like they're not allowed to do that, they're not able to. Can we clarify the Two of Cups in reverse? We have the Queen of Cups here in the reverse. And it's this feeling of not being able to meet maybe you where you're at with this connection, or just feeling like they're not able to. But it's like the Eight of Swords is always an energy of a person that is actually able to break out of whatever restriction they feel that there is. Like they almost feel victimized or powerless in a situation that seems to be somehow impacting their choices here. Yeah, for some people it could be a mother figure or something like that. But yeah, let me get some oracle cards. What else can you tell us about this person that pile number one is thinking about, like their perspective of this? We have healing through rest. We have inside looking out. We have weight of the truth. We have love grows love. Protect your heart. And now it feels like this person is almost closed off. There's just this feeling of this person being on the inside looking out and feeling like for whatever reason they're not free to go join in. Yeah, they're not free to. It's almost like, oh, what's the song? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm literally hearing The Little Mermaid, when's it my turn? I want to go explore all day in the sun, wish I could be part of their world. It feels something like that. Like, and like in that story, the Little Mermaid is um like not allowed to explore obviously the world outside of the mer people, right? So it's like it's very frowned upon to be like intermixing with like the humans in a sense. And like weight of the truth here is almost this feeling of this person grappling with the fact that whatever they belong to for some reason feels like it's like restricting them for some reason. And I don't know if it's like people that are protective of them or like there's just almost this energy of like don't open yourself up. Whereas this person, like it's almost like this person wants to engage or wants to open up to this connection, but it's like they feel blocked for whatever reason, and it feels like the Hierophant. So it feels like in the situation of the Little Mermaid, it's like the father's rules and like the rules of the mer people, I guess. Yeah, and it's giving into that like moon energy of like almost like being super afraid of other for some reason. It's like yeah, this could even be like a situation where like a family doesn't agree with like a relationship or there's like external influences here. Yeah, that's the situation I'm picking up on. So hopefully that resonates for someone in your life or the person hopefully that you came to the connection for. So let's now look at what is going on in this person's life. And there will be an extended reading. For the extended reading, I'm going to be looking at how this person is feeling about you, like what their current thoughts and feelings are towards you. But this is going to be about overall in their life, what's going on. And it could even be like just like family pressures or pressures of society or just feeling like they're supposed to, again, like follow some sort of tradition or follow some sort of pre-established path or rule book. Okay, so what is actually going on in this person's life overall? What are the themes of this person's life that they're dealing with? We have the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. I'm really seeing here that it feels like it's almost this energy here of if this person wanted to move forward in life and follow sort of their passion or even like their adventurous pursuits or like their passion would be a better way of saying it, or their spirit, because the wands are all about like spirit and passion. So it's like if this person wanted to make a decision to leave sort of the comfort zone, which is what the Two of Wands is about for me, it's almost like that would cause some kind of an ending in another situation. And with the Four of Pentacles here, it's like it's representing some kind of a comfort zone or some sort of foundation that this person has that feels like it gives them a foundation, but it also prevents them from anything changing or exploring something. What else is going on? We have the Sun in reverse. Yeah. And I feel like this person is like not happy, or they're feeling like even maybe some of them are like depressed. It's still giving Little Mermaid where it's like Ten of Wands here, where it's like a burden almost. And it's this energy of the Sun in reverse. It's like they don't feel happy sort of giving into doing what's expected or the familiar or playing it safe. It's almost this energy of like this person feeling like whatever their current life is, it's somehow playing it safe. And it's like this person dreams of expanding or taking a risk. Can we clarify the Two of Wands? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Can we clarify the Ten of Swords? Yeah, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, and so I'm really getting here, like what this is saying is, yeah, Seven of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Totally. So I'm really getting here that this just feels like this person wanting the freedom to develop themselves. And this might even have to do with work, especially with the Eight of Pentacles being here. But it also could just be like what this person is interested in within their life. Like, what do I want to master in this life? It might be very different from what the people around them want. And it feels like if they go down that path, again, we have the Hierophant in reverse, it would be breaking tradition or creating a difficult ending with some kind of authority or tradition or what's expected. But it would be for the opportunity for them to develop themselves and like maybe like a certain talent or a certain like passion of theirs is how it feels. And the Seven of Wands is all about standing up for your values and kind of inserting your own willpower in situations and not really letting anyone else make you question your beliefs or it's about standing in your power here. And the Nine of Cups in reverse here is this energy of this isn't what this person wants, whatever they're currently in. Can we clarify the Four of Pentacles? Yeah, we have the Page of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse. It feels like this person's creativity was stunted, or it could be that like their family didn't really encourage this person to engage with their like imaginative self. Like it almost feels like there's a very much of like a stick to what's known and play things safe. And what we mean by safe is by doing what has worked for other people or by what our culture or what our tradition says. Like that doesn't include like daydreaming about other things. And I feel like the Page of, like honestly the Little Mermaid, and look at this literally looking like a mermaid. That's so interesting. Are these all? No, just the Page of Cups. That's so interesting that it's a mermaid and the Little Mermaid came up. So it's like, and the Page of Cups is the Little Mermaid is such a good example of the Page of Cups. But it just feels like this person, it's like there's this protection around them that seems to originate from some sort of family of origin or like their past. Like, yeah. It just feels like in order to indulge in their like imagination, their inner child, that just doesn't feel like what they're encouraged to do. Can we clarify the Sun in reverse? We have Justice here in reverse. Page of Wands, yeah. So yeah, this just overall really feels like it's about this person like wanting to indulge in a sense of passion and adventure and exploration and like learning, but just feeling blocked from doing that. We have Leo energy here with the Sun, and then we also have Libra with Justice. And so what I'm getting overall with that is like, it's almost what I'm getting is like the self with the Sun versus Justice, which is the seventh house, which is relationships. So it just feels like this person is put in a no-win situation right now is like what's overall going on in their life is like they feel like in order to honor like their selfhood and like what they truly, who they are and what they really want, it means it's like they're in a situation that makes it not okay for them to express their side. Like it feels like someone else has, it feels like whatever their current situation is not fair to them. And it's not balanced because it doesn't let one half of them at least come through. And so it feels like if this person wants to claim their half of this justice scale, and what I mean by that is like half of the power. So like in a relationship, it's like, it should be 50-50 where, you know, it's 50% my needs, 50% your needs, things like that, where it's like what you want matters and that's respected by the other side. To me, that's like a part of relationships and justice. And it feels like they're in a situation where if they try to claim just their half, then it's viewed as them doing the wrong thing or them being unfair, but it's actually that they're currently in an unfair situation where they're like limited or restricted. And also Libra can be an energy that doesn't like conflict. And like Libra can be known for sort of like not standing up for their needs just to keep the peace. So this person maybe plays the role of like keeping the peace in a situation, but that comes at the sacrifice of them. And it's also an energy of like maybe not pushing as hard as you should for situations and becoming more passive. But I feel like this person is becoming increasingly more unhappy with just keeping the peace in whatever situation that they're in. What else can you tell us about what's going on in this person's life? Yeah, so we have no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. We have investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before asking. Yeah, curiouser and curiouser, discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. I just feel like this person more than anything else, then we have imaginative leaps at the bottom of the deck. Working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, fresh perspective. It's like this person is questioning tradition. It's like they're questioning they're not just following what people are telling them to do, or maybe they've done this in the past, or that's what this situation requires of them. But this whole situation is really about them having the power and courage to be able to not just follow the pack in a sense. And I'm going to read like a little bit of this one because I really like the message in this book, but look at this. So it says, too many people blindly follow others, and in many situations, we can find it easier to go with the flow, to trust in other people, and to even follow orders. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm picking up on, is like some sort of situation where it's like that's almost expected of them. Like, and that's what I'm getting by like when I keep trying to say it's like there's some sort of like tradition or order. It's like they feel like there is some sort of like do this, do that, like that they're having to follow or something. But it says, but Alice does not do this, not until she's thought it through for herself. She may be impetuous, adventurous, and curious, but she's also sensible, cautious, and inquiring. Alice remembers the good, common sense advice she's learned through hearing the stories of others, mishaps, and right now you must be like Alice. You're being encouraged to take a new path of action, a daring new path of action. And while everything is most likely well, you still need to take responsibility and to remember to be your own guardian and caretaker. So it's what this is really talking about is learning how, is taking on the responsibility for yourself, where it's like instead of just following orders and trusting some other to like give you success, it's about having the courage to go down a daring sort of new path, but realizing that you do have like the common sense that you need to make the good decisions for your own self. Like this is about this person having the courage to make their own decisions. And like, it's almost this message of just needing to trust that as long as they're being somewhat smart with it, like obviously doing something that's extremely reckless or not well thought out is not what would be in this person's highest good. But what is in this person's highest good is breaking out of some sort of situation where they don't have as much autonomy. Yeah. And so there are just two cards about yeah, look at this. It says, when everything seems new, very new and exciting, we can be filled with the kind of wonder that is most often thought to belong to children. The truth is, we can all tap into that wonder again. And so I'm really getting here that this is really speaking to that Page of Cups aspect, very similar to the Little Mermaid's energy. But it literally says here, like, you might be discovering things about yourself that you once had thought were impossible or even denied. But now you have so much within you that you're only beginning to just know all of who you are. you are having new experiences, and this creates an expansive sense of possibility. It can be uncomfortable, but you're growing in a new way. So if you find yourself in weird places with new people amongst unfamiliar behaviors, and you're changing, and you may be changing, growing, developing, and discovering. Open up, reach out, extend yourself to grow, and stay open to the wonder of the newness about you. And so I think that's so interesting, because it's like, how this is so the Little Mermaid coded, because it's like, think about the Little Mermaid going to growth amidst strange customs and people. Like, that really follows in within that, and discovering more of yourself through breaking out of tradition and being willing to discover other, and not like pushing other away, or what the unknown away. And I just feel like, with no need to fear, this is really speaking to this person learning that they can stand, they don't need to make themselves small for some other powerful person, or like, there's this energy of needing to remember that they can stand in their own power. They have the right to do that, and it's almost like not making yourself small, essentially. Yeah, it says, you might be afraid out of habit for no reason, feeling intimidated without need. Remember how many reasons you have to feel confident. Go forward with courage. You're more powerful than you're feeling. Others cannot harm you, as you are strong. Yeah, go forward with strength and confidence. And it's all about making choices and being in your own power. Yeah, it literally says, this card has come to remind you of your substance, your power, and your right to be assertive and to take up space. So yeah, that's the overall theme of this person's life right now. Hopefully this makes sense to you. I feel like this has really like hit on most of what's come through in the tarot. So now I'm going to be looking at how this person is currently thinking and feeling about you in the extended reading, and get more into like your relationship. And then I'll also be getting guidance for you on this connection. So if you guys want to check that out, I will have it linked in the description box. But other than that, if you guys found this reading helpful, I'd appreciate if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. And if you want to see more pick a card readings from my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. Other than that, it's been an honor to connect with you and to read for you, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Wild Unknown Tarot and this clear quartz raw point, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at what is going on in a person's life that you're currently thinking about, or whoever you came to this reading to hear about. For some people, if you guys are coming to this reading with no person in mind, it could be like a reverse reading. I felt like for pile number 1, some people might feel like that, but it is intended to look at sort of behind the scenes in someone's life that you're curious about, like, and that could give you more context as to why someone's showing up in a connection with you in a certain way. Or it could be you guys are curious about someone who's you're not in contact with. Whatever it is, I'm leaving it open to whatever comes through. But we are going to do an energy check-in just to see how you would describe the current situation with this person, to give you guys a better idea of who this person is and whether or not you want to listen to a reading that's about what's going on in their life. For the extended reading, we're going to be looking at how your person is currently thinking and feeling about you and what they'd want to say to you, and then also we'll get guidance for you on the connection. So this reading is going to be more focused on the other person, like sort of what's going on in their life with or without this connection in mind. And then the extended will be a lot more about this person's connection with you and how they're feeling about that. All right. How would pile number 2 describe this person or their connection with this person at the time? The 6 of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 8 of Cups here also in reverse. We have, okay, can we clarify the 6 of Pentacles? We have the Tower in reverse. Can we clarify the High Priestess in reverse? The 10 of Pentacles. Can we clarify the Two of Pentacles in reverse? The Wheel of Fortune, also in reverse. And then can we clarify the Eight of Cups here in reverse? The Nine of Swords. And then the Ace of Wands. Okay. This seems to be describing a connection where it's almost like we're giving... There's some imbalance in this connection, clearly. And it feels like there's something that's definitely out of you or this person's control or this connection's control. It feels like there is some sort of looming destruction of the connection that's being avoided. Like it's almost like either they or you, I'm not sure, or both of you guys, it feels like there's this energy of not wanting to see that things are not leading in a positive direction at the current moment. And it's almost like there's this fear around having to walk away from this situation. It feels like something that maybe you've invested a lot in, or and vice versa. But it's this feeling of not wanting to have to start over or not wanting to have to walk away from it, even though we know it's imbalanced. It's this energy of, it just feels like things are out of whack, things are out of balance, and we're resisting the inevitable, or we are trying to avoid. We have a Tower here and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which are very much outside forces. They're also faded energies is how it feels. So it's just giving the energy of something that isn't really in our control. And it's almost like maybe one person is really trying to give to this connection to save it. But it's almost like in order to try to save this connection or to sustain it, one person is having to ignore the fact that they're overgiving, or that it's no longer an equal relationship in some way. But yeah, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is also this energy of a lack of long-term stability. Like we're heading in a direction that isn't sustainable. A lack of sustainability is really coming through more than anything else. But it's this feeling though of like not wanting to have to walk away, or like this fear of what's to come. Like there's a lot of anxiety for what's going to happen. Maybe in another situation, like it could be someone who kind of expects things to go wrong in relationships. And so it might be that they're afraid to give to the connection because they're afraid of things going wrong or like having to walk away from it. But it's creating some kind of imbalance. That's mainly what I'm feeling. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I'm going to leave it at that. But it just feels like, we have the Devil underneath that and Temperance. It's like, maybe we're trying to like keep the spark here. Maybe there was like a really strong spark in this connection, a lot of passion, but it just almost feels like something's crumbling, or we're ignoring our intuition that something isn't right in the situation, that we can't control it, we can't control everything. But it just this anxiety of things being out of our control. I think for one person, it might be that that's causing them to be afraid to invest in the connection. And then maybe another person is afraid to not invest in the connection. Like it could be an imbalance like that. Like, I feel like there might be one person that's like, we might as well do everything in our control to prevent this Tower, prevent, like we maybe can't control everything, but like we can control some things, and maybe we should at least try to control what we can. And it just could be that there's outside circumstances that are like just impacting the connection. It might be that one person is sort of anticipating that things are going to go wrong. So then again, like they're afraid to invest, and there's another person who is anticipating that things might be going wrong, so they're over giving. But anyways, let's see. Okay, I'm not going to use this deck. I forgot. Let's see what's going on in your person's life. I mean, with your person's life, like it could be what's going on with your person also like internally, like it doesn't have to be like externally. It could just be like what's going on with your person that maybe you're not aware of or that you need confirmation of. All right, we have the 8 of Swords here in the reverse. You know, I want to change the lighting really quick. Okay. So we have the 8 of Swords here in the reverse. What's going on with their person? What's going on with their life? Anything that they need to know about what's going on with them or their life. All right, we have the Fool. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, there could be a lot of conflict going on with this person. So we have Aquarius energy with the Fool. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords in reverse? And by the way, also, if you're not in the relationship with them, like maybe this is what's going on in another relationship in their life, but I don't know, I don't want to confuse things. So just please put into context whatever you need to put into context for yourself. But it's like there's a lot of conflict going on here. A lot of change as well. Like there's a lot of change happening with 2 5s. And it feels like it's this energy of like a new beginning or wanting to free themselves. It's like this person, I'm just getting like with the cocoon here, with the butterfly metaphor of like, and then the bird here, like wanting to leap off the branch, but it might be causing conflict. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords here in the reverse? Yeah, with the Star. So 2 Aquarius energies. It's like there's someone who wants to break out of self-limiting beliefs. Someone who wants to free themselves is how it feels. Like this person wants to shine, wants to stand out in some way, wants to follow some sort of dream. Can we clarify the Fool? We have the Empress. Can we clarify the 5 of Wands? We have the Ace of Wands. Can we clarify the 5 of Swords? All right, we have the Devil in reverse, and then we also have the 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay. And then Justice in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So we have Libra here as well. Okay, I'm really getting that this person feels that some sort of community or foundation that they're currently in is holding them back. This person, it's like they feel that they are being restricted, and it's like they're in a no-win situation with maybe their community, their family, their home. They want to break free from some sort of controlling force or some maybe even codependency. There's this energy of a non-supportive home life or foundation that isn't supporting them towards some kind of a new beginning here. This person wants to move towards some kind of a new beginning, or there is a new beginning in this person's life. Maybe they want to follow some sort of inspiration or some kind of a dream. And it's like this person is learning to have enough love for themselves. It's like they're learning to release. Okay, yeah. So it's almost like this energy of this person feeling restricted, or like something makes them feel small, or something makes them feel like they're stuck, or like they're unworthy, or that they're that they can't stand out in this way, or that they can't free themselves. For some people, this could be, I just want to throw it out there, some kind of a unhealthy relationship, a toxic relationship. It feels like this person wants to break out of a toxic relationship and move towards a new beginning in order to honor themselves. And it's like this energy of like wanting to love themselves enough to make a decision for themselves and take a risk of like a new beginning. And then with justice here, it's like they want to do, they maybe feel like a situation isn't fair in their life, and they're trying to do something that will be fair, that will create more justice in the situation. What is this Five of Swords about? It's like this energy of conflict that they feel restrained by, or it's like they almost feel like they're not the problem, or that something else creates more problems for them than it does give to them. Can we clarify the Five of Swords? Yeah, the Magician in reverse. So I feel also that there is an energy around them of someone that doesn't want them to see their power. Like there's this energy of oppression, like with the Five of Swords. It's like this person feels oppressed right now and feels like they're not able to stand in their power, and they need to break free of some attachment. And again, with the Four of Wands being here, it feels like some home arrangement, some community, maybe a relationship. It's like they feel that they need to break out of that because it's limiting their power, or it's causing them to not feel like they can take actions for themselves. Like it's almost this energy of this person wanting to stand more in their power and to stand out and follow their individual light. And it's almost like it feels like there's this energy around them that makes them feel like they can't do that, or actively stops them from doing that, or blocks them from standing in their power. Yeah. Can we clarify the Five of Wands? And there's this energy as well of like, maybe there being like opposing viewpoints. Like this person doesn't want to feel restricted by other people's viewpoint of their decisions or the direction that they're headed in. Again, there's a very individualistic mindset coming through here of like no longer wanting to be held back by fear. It's like this energy of taking a leap of faith. Okay, can we clarify the Five of Wands? Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like there might be some opportunity that they want to move toward that would cause conflict. Again, it's like this new beginning energy. There's this new beginning energy. Yeah, we have death here. It's like they want to leave behind something. They want a new chapter. They want a rebirth. They want to free themselves. Can we clarify the Eight of Swords in reverse? They don't want to be a victim. Yeah, we have the Chariot. Look at this. This is beautiful. But it's like we have Cancer energy here, but there's this energy of like the Eight of Swords is this energy of kind of being like victimized or feeling like a victim or feeling stuck, but it's actually kind of like a self-perceived prison, like even like a mental jail, like when our thoughts hold us back. This person is wanting to step up into their willpower. They want to take their power back is what I hear, and they want to prove that they can be successful, and they want to have faith in themselves. It's like there's this energy of like, I want to break out and have faith in my dreams and what I'm worth and what I deserve, and I want to jump toward that, and I want to jump towards these new beginnings, and I want a fair situation. I don't want to be in an unfair situation. I want to be free. Like that's the biggest thing I can say. I want to leave the nest even. Like it's giving the energy of like someone not wanting this person to be free to jump out on their own. And it's like, it might be hidden. It might be sort of like disguised as like, I'm concerned for you. Like there could be people around them that are saying like, well, I'm just really worried about you. Like you shouldn't do that. And it's almost though, like people are trying to control this person. And so it's like not a supportive environment that's masquerading as a supportive environment for this person. And with the Seven of Cups here as well, it's like this person wants to explore their options and doesn't want to feel like they don't have the freedom to do that, is what I would say. All right, what is going on overall in pile number 2's person's life? Yeah, we have no one is yours but you. Again, reclaiming your autonomy. And again, yeah, this is really giving as well, like what I just said with like sometimes people can get kind of codependent, or like sometimes people can make like their life purpose like taking care of someone else. But it's kind of like this energy of each person needing to just be responsible for themselves. And it can also not be like nefarious. Like it could be someone that actually has good intentions, but is limiting the power of someone that they're trying to like protect in a way. Yeah, I just want to show you. Yeah, it says the feeling of needing to control and possess is a part of us what distance us from ourselves. Yeah, and it could be that someone like this person, there's like a possessive energy around them, or people really covet this person, and it's something that leads them to try to control this person. But it says we can feel so much love for people in our lives, those who are always there for us and the ones that are more transient. This card wants you to stop putting your worth and weight into relationships. No one is yours, they can't be, because they belong to themselves. Give love when you can, but know that at the end of the day, you're the only one who's truly yours. You're responsible for you, just you, because that's all you have the power to do. Being responsible for others may be a job or something you feel you need to do, but you can only steer a person other than yourself so much. To fully recognize this is about to fully recognize that this is about you is to help others do the same. To put the focus back on your growth and path can help you see yourself more clearly, and to feel the reward of the labors you do for you, in all capitals. So yeah, it's really giving that energy of needing to respect other people's autonomy and understanding that sometimes we can mean well when we are trying to influence someone else, but sometimes that can actually be sort of like selfish, because it's like we actually we care about them so much. And like what this brings me back to is like, I remember like I learned this lesson in like college when one of my girlfriends, she went through like a really bad breakup, and she kept like doing things that were like sabotaging her, and like and I just saw like from the outside, like I felt very protective of her, and I was like really wanted to influence her to like block that person and stop reaching out to them, because I could see the downward spiral that person was going on. But all that did was like me trying to control what she did, just wasn't loving in the situation, and it just made our relationship more strained. And like that was a moment of realizing, like, no matter how much you love someone, it's like you have to let them go down their own path and face their own struggles, and it's like respecting other people's path and like their right to make mistakes, and you know, their right to take chances and overcome struggles and things. It's like it's better to it's like that's how you learn in life. And I think sometimes when we were very like, and there was like a codependency that I had, that I realized, it's like and you know how I just said, it's like, okay, like I did that because I cared about her. But underneath that, if I was real with myself, there was this sort of a selfish energy of like, you're supposed to be my best friend. And because like, I feel like I'm losing you because you're going down this path. Like, because it's like, she wasn't the same anymore. And like, I was so like reliant on her as like my safety in a way, or like my familiarity. And it was like, I realized deep down that's where that urgency really came from, was like me and like who she was to me, and like how much I felt I needed her to be her, in a sense, for me though. And kind of realizing that that caused me to act in a way that really wasn't selfless, you know. It wasn't it's like it masquerades that way, because yeah, one part of it was that I did want to see her happy, but a bigger part where I felt really fearful was that I didn't want to lose her for me, you know what I mean? And like that's just being honest. And so I feel like that really reminds me of that energy. So I just feel like they could be in a situation like that, and so it doesn't have to be nefarious. And I'm definitely not trying to demonize you know, this happens all the time that we feel this way, but I just think that that's kind of what's going on here. And it's like this person wants to be on a path to, I don't know, it's just this energy of like, I'm ready. Like, it's like, and maybe even in this person's life, like maybe they really did need a lot of support, or like maybe they really did rely on someone a lot. And it can happen that way as well, where it's like, if we are very dependent on someone, and you know what this reminds me of actually a lot is like if you guys, I talk about this sometimes, but it's really an interesting framework and a very helpful framework if you guys are interested in reading about it yourself, but I'm going to try to make it make sense. But it's something called the drama triangle, where in all conflict and drama, there's like 3 roles that go on. And so it's like a triangle. One of them is the persecutor. So it's like the person that let me just put out the model. So it's the persecutor, the victim, and the rescuer. And they all have a relationship to each other. And what these represent are like ego roles that we get attached to. So sometimes we can be attached to being the victim. And what that can look like is we almost need the perpetrator, because without a perpetrator, we can't be the victim. And we are attached to being the victim sometimes to a point where instead of taking control and becoming the creator in our lives, like, which feels like what this person is wanting to do. It's like they want to come out of that victim role. And it feels like there's another person around them that's taking on the rescuer role. But what can happen is that the rescuer has an ego identity of the rescuer. So they need the victim to be a victim. So when the victim no longer wants to be the victim and they want to take power of their own lives, sometimes the rescuer can become the persecutor. And that's what the whole thing about the drama triangle is like each role can very quickly turn into the other role. So it's like, if you are and this is not to say, I just want to clarify that it's not a situation. I'm not saying this is an ego thing, like a drama thing, not, let's say someone actually like attacks someone else and they're actually a victim of that and someone else actually steps in and helps them. That is something that can happen without it being like a identity. I'm talking about when this becomes identity and this becomes a pattern of behaving outside of like the actual situation itself. It's like when we start acting in a way that it's a pattern of showing up is the way I'd want to say it. And I feel like if you guys think about your own lives, like I can think about mine definitely, and I can think about times where I've been in all 3 of those roles, and how it can switch sometimes. And like, for example, sometimes the persecutor, by the way, feels like a victim. And then oftentimes the rescuer can persecute the persecutor to help the victim. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is this situation feels like a drama triangle that's going on, where someone is wanting to step out of the victim role and step into their own power and like healing, and like self-love and just their own power. And it feels like there's a rescuer here that is attached to their role as a rescuer, and that is dependent now on this person in the victim energy to stay a victim. And it's like, that's when you really have to face yourself, because it's like, that's like an ego death. And for me in my story, like with my friend, it's like, I feel like I sometimes became, like I was part rescuer, part persecutor, because I felt like when she wasn't listening to me and she wasn't letting me rescue her, essentially, like she wasn't letting me rescue her and save her from her own problems. She was like acting autonomously, which is in a sense like she is allowed to do that, obviously, and like whatever. And I feel like at some point, like it became sometimes about proving to her that she needs to listen to me. You know what I mean? And then it became like more egoic than it became really like a loving relationship. And so I just think that's what's going on here. Anyways, that was a long tangent. I hope that made sense. All right. And it's like the Magician is about knowing like you have everything you need. This is also about being the creator. And by the way, like for the drama triangle, it's like each role has a way to break the cycle. So what the victim can do to break the cycle is to become the creator, where they realize that they are in power in their lives they can impact outcomes. Because when we're in a victim mentality, And there's no shame in that. It can happen because we're actually victimized. But at some point when it becomes an identity, then we just start feeling like we're powerless to impact our outcomes. And so that's what I'm talking about. And it's almost like there's a situation where it's like they want to be in that energy for themselves. And let's say that the rescuer was going to break the triangle, what they could do is just be a cheerleader, but like the rescuer is an energy of trying to solve someone's problems. And it also can be an element of like controlling someone else. Like you're fixing it for them. Like you're taking their responsibility away, but then you're also taking their power away, if that makes sense, because those things are very intertwined. And then, by the way, in case you guys are curious, for the persecutor, instead of being a persecutor, I forget what the word they use is, but it's essentially like an instigator. Like it's about like instead of persecuting someone, it's a challenger. That's what it is. It's about realizing that you can definitely still challenge situations and create like some level of conflict, like with the Five of Wands, for example. I feel like that's a good way of saying like it's not the Five of Swords though, because I feel like the Five of Swords energy is a very persecutory energy where it's like I'm gonna win at all costs, and I'm not keeping in mind like the connection, or I'm not trying to create a solution for the both of us. I am focused on defeating you. But it's actually like the Five of Wands is more of like a challenger energy where it's like, I disagree with your perspective and I'm going to challenge you on what you've been doing or what you've been saying. And I'm hoping you can listen to my viewpoint so I can be not walked over in this situation. Because a lot of times we persecute when we feel our boundary is crossed or we feel like disrespected in a sense. But anyways, I'm seeing that going on here. All right. So what else though for what's going on in pile number 2's person's life? Yeah, we have can't be caught here. Yeah, there's someone who wants to like, yeah, look at this service in reverse. Look at this, the puppet underneath. Oh my God. It's like someone there's this energy here of someone like wanting to help someone else, but in a sense, it's kind of blocking their freedom. It's like, yeah. And I'm just this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. So it says, you are movement, and your movement allows you to better explore how you fit into this world. And that's what this person wants, right? It's like the Star, the Fool. It's like this person wants to take action. They want to explore. They want to be in movement. They don't want to be stuck and constrained or controlled or confined. It says, dance on, little darling. You're completely free in this moment, in this time, and you're shining your lovely grace on everything you touch. We see hands from all around you trying to grasp you as you dance out into the sky. Hands that want to take part in your magic. Hands that want to slow you down. Hands that want to bring you down to earth. You're too fast. No one can catch you, and no one can tame you or slow you down. It's time for a solo journey. So put on your dancing shoes and wiggle your way into your own personal cosmos. Enjoy the nectar of freedom and discovery. But then like someone's here like, no, I need to help you. I need to help you. But it's like in reverse here where it's like, sometimes we have to realize where we're not actually helping someone. So we have the hold here, then we have justice. But yeah, I'm kind of getting this energy as well of like someone who wants to be able to, they want to do the right thing here. Like there's almost this energy of wanting to be fair and do the right thing, but there's also this energy of feeling like they need to weed certain people out of their life right now. It just feels like this person's feelings aren't fully being honored here and accepted. It's almost like they're being controlled and maneuvered. And it's like this person doesn't want to feel like they can't have their authentic experience without someone else's influence. And so it's like they're kind of learning that it's a fair thing to do if they want to be autonomous and make their own decisions, essentially. So yeah, I feel like that was kind of long-winded. Okay, we're not going for too long, but I'm just gonna get a couple more cards and we're gonna go into how this person is currently thinking and feeling about you. Yeah, look at this. We have set your own course, know where you want to go, have a plan in the right direction. All right, what's going on in pile number 2's person's life? The horse also represents freedom to me. Yeah, we have follow your own good advice. Trust yourself. You know what's best for you. We have curiouser and curiouser, discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. Yeah, look at this. So we have law that is not justice, rules that are not fair. And that's why justice keeps coming up. It really does feel like this person is trying to break out of some kind of structure or relationship or system that doesn't feel fair to them. And they are wanting the right to trust their own advice. Like, this person doesn't want outside influence right now. It's like they want the right now to trust themselves. And they feel like if there's a restricting relationship or situation, this could even be like a job for some people. Like, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but it's some kind of a community or something that they're like a part of that feels unfair to them. And I feel like there's this energy of wanting to challenge the rules, and it's almost this energy of like, why is only one person deciding the rules here? Yeah, so the situation Alice finds herself in is patently unfair. No one should be judged, convicted, or serve a sentence prior to the evidence being heard. But in this situation, Alice finds herself within. This can be taking place in your world. Unfair as it may be, someone wants to judge you before they know you, convict you before they understand your side of the story, before they have examined any evidence. Nevertheless, they wish to judge you. As Alice bravely does, you must speak up and say it's unfair and wrong. It is not right for you to be judged, but another person wishes to do so. Unless you speak up, there could be very strong consequences. When you're told to be quiet and to tolerate the judgments being made about you, this card urges you to speak up against injustice and object to what's taking place. Your opinion of yourself is what's most valuable. You can state your case clearly with strength and power, and doing so will help you remember just how strong you are, how very admired you are, and how worthwhile and decent you are. You're worthy of respect, fairness, and kindness. If you're being treated poorly, speak up. When you do so, the spell will be broken and people will see that your side of the story is worth listening to. Never allow another to steal your self-worth. Someone may have the authority to impose the law, but the law or the rules are ready to be questioned. Following the law, even though it's unjust. Condemnation without knowing the full story. Being judged by people who do not know you or have a biased view. Yeah. A flawed filter through which you or another person may be seeing the world. Take time to think independently. That's what I'm really picking up on here. There's sort of an energy here that maybe has been domineering or in control for too long. Like, someone may have kind of been in a structure where it's like there's someone around them that doesn't respect their autonomy, doesn't respect their side of things, and if they're challenged, they're automatically shut down, is how it feels. Like, that's how it feels. It feels like they're in a situation like that that's very controlling, authoritative, and unfair to them. Yeah. So that's what I'm picking up on. Yeah. So I'm going to now look at your person's thoughts and feelings for you, what they'd want to say to you, and then we'll get some guidance for you on this connection. Yeah. I don't know. And for some of you guys, like, this maybe isn't like your person, or this could be like what's going on in their life outside of the connection with you, just for example. But anyways, if you guys found this helpful or interesting, if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. I really appreciate everyone that does that. And if you want to see future pick a card readings, I would love for you to subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you trusting me to read for you, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pal number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Wandering Moon Tarot and this red carnelian heart, this is going to be a reading where we're looking at what is going on in this person's life that you have on your mind, or the person that you came to this reading for. So this could be anyone. It could be someone you're no longer in contact with, or it could be someone that you are currently in some kind of a relationship with, but you just want to know it's kind of impacting the relationship. That may be just something to do with this person's life. So I'm going to leave it pretty open to whatever scenario you guys are coming for. I am going to be doing an energy check-in just to see how you would describe your connection to this person, the connection in general, your subjective view of this person and the connection with them. And this should hopefully give you guys a better idea of whether or not this is your pile and of who this person is that we're going to be going more into. And there will be an extended reading where we're going to be looking at more of like your relationship with this person, and we'll be looking at their thoughts and feelings towards you, what they'd want to say to you, and then we'll get guidance for you on the connection. So if you feel like it resonates and you're also interested in going into the more relationship aspect, I'll have that linked in the description box. Okay, so please tune me in for pile number 3. How would they describe the connection or the person that they came to this reading for? What would they say about this connection that they have with them? Anything that they can help them feel sure that this is their reading. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. Ace of Cups in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups. The Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, so for some people, I am picking up on a situation where I feel like there was some kind of love between you and this person. Like, I do feel like this could be romantic. But if not, it's like, it just feels like the love between you guys has maybe run out or turned kind of cold. But at one point, there was potential for this connection to be something really special, or you might have seen this person as like your happily ever after. And with the Four of Wands here in reverse, it's almost this feeling of maybe this person was at one point a strong part of your foundation, or someone that you like had a relationship with. That's just one scenario, but I'll see what else comes through for anyone else that maybe has a slightly different situation. Can we clarify the Queen of Wands? We have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, and so I am picking up on a very strong energy coming from this Queen of Wands. Probably your energy, but I'm not going to say that for sure. But I do feel like someone is feeling somewhat defensive or guarded towards this other person, where it's like, it feels like this is someone that you trusted, or like there was a lot of trust in this relationship. There was something that was supportive in some way, but I feel like something has happened, or it's now gotten to this place where you guys are feeling more defensive towards each other than loving. Can we clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse? We have the Sun. We have Leo energy. Definitely picking up Leo, especially with the Queen of Wands here too. Can we clarify the Ten of Cups? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, so for sure, you guys, like, I definitely feel like this is someone that you have been happy with. And I want to make sure that it's like not past tense. But I'm definitely feeling like you saw long-term potential with this person, or like there was serious potential for a relationship here. You definitely have at least thought of this person in terms of having a long-term life with this person. Can we clarify the Four of Wands in reverse? And then we have the Lovers here too. But then we have the Ten of Wands at the back of the deck. So we have Gemini energy here as well. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like this is a very like significant connection to you. Yeah, Chariot in reverse at the bottom of the deck. It just makes me feel like there is a foundation of love in this connection. But it just feels like I don't know, it's maybe like some of you guys, I don't know if some of you guys lived with this person or moved in with this person, but it almost feels like when more responsibilities came into the situation, it makes me feel like the love between the two of you may have become like not as big of a priority, or something that stop being as much of the focus. But I want to clarify, why is the Nine of Wands here? All right, we have the Nine of Swords, or the Five of Swords in reverse, and then the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, it's like overall though, I don't know where you guys are on this timeline, but I am getting this feeling of like already before this person, you may have had experiences in love that you had been working on your self-esteem in a sense. Like I feel like you guys had been working on your sense of confidence and your sense of like self-love, and despite whatever you've gone through in the past. And I almost feel, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here as well. So it's like, I'm just trying to understand what happened. Can we clarify the Four of Wands in reverse? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there's a feeling here that maybe once other priorities came in, or like it's almost like when life started lifing, or it's almost just feels like maybe there was like the relationship wasn't tended to as much. And so it's almost like the foundation of the relationship, although there is a strong beginning and a strong potential and optimism, I think, that you guys felt, it almost feels like somehow it like slipped through your fingers, like the connection maybe slowly over time wasn't prioritized, wasn't balanced in some way. And I feel like this is someone that I think you've had trust for, and I feel like you guys have already experienced people in the past that you know for sure weren't the best. Like I feel like you could easily identify that person's like character flaws, and I feel like you've kind of become more immune to internalizing other people's problems, or it's like if someone else treated you poorly, I feel like you've come very far in overcoming the idea that that's something to do with you, because you're standing in this Queen of Wands energy. So it's like you guys are very well integrated, but still somehow this situation feels like it got unbalanced somehow. Can we clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse? We have the Hangman, so Pisces energy. It's like getting a new perspective on this love situation. Like I feel like some of you guys might be looking back at this connection and like trying to figure out maybe where it went wrong, or trying to figure out like where it went wrong. Like that's just the feeling here, because it's like there's so much potential. You thought this is the right person. Can we clarify the Ten of Wands? Yeah, okay, Six of Pentacles here. So I was about to say, it maybe felt that one person was taking on more responsibility for the relationship at some point. Yeah, we have the Five of Cups here. So I do feel like there's been some kind of like loss in this situation, but I feel like underlying that was, it might not be that this person like outwardly displayed any very strong negative traits like that, maybe, but because I feel like you're confused on some level, but it feels like over time the give and take wasn't equal, and one person was taking on more of the responsibility for the relationship instead of it being this balanced situation. Can we clarify the King of Wands? Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse here. Yeah, it's, again, I'm just getting, you guys have already been on this journey of like walking away from situations that don't serve you. What's the new perspective with the hang one here? Yeah, Two Cups in reverse. It's like trying to get a new perspective on why we weren't on the same page, or like why wasn't this an equal relationship? How did it get to this point? And with the Empress here, it's like, it's you still feeling like you've been in your worth. Like you don't feel like you've been like neglecting yourself or it's like this energy of I don't want to internalize this. I know better than to internalize this relationship turning out this way to be something that was wrong with me, but I still feel confused about it. Like I still feel judgment in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse. And then with the Three of Pentacles, it's like, was it just us as a team that didn't work well, or like who didn't have the strength in the situation? There's like a question of that. I feel like you're still trying to figure it out, honestly. Like, because I think you had a very, very positive perspective on this person, but somehow it's like things didn't play out that way. And it's also like giving me the image of like, imagine like someone very happily getting married, and then like a year after being married, like the couple breaks up, and it like is kind of unexpected. And it's like the Two of Pentacles to me is just pointing to the fact that it wasn't like something super intense. It just feels like maybe like a sense of neglect, or like not working on the connection, maybe because we felt so positive about it, like we were telling ourselves so possible or so positive. But I don't know. Anyways, let's get into what's going on in this person's life that you're thinking about. I'm assuming it's this person that you maybe saw a future with. You guys may be in separation now, or you guys may be, I don't know if you guys are still together, and so you just want to know like what's going on in this person's life to impact the way that they're to understand how it's impacting the relationship right now. It's like, how did the relationship feel supportive, but somehow the overall structure that we created in the relationship didn't feel supportive, didn't feel balanced, didn't feel happy, like it didn't feel like a happy home, or didn't feel as good as we expected it to. Or it was like hard to ground the connection. It's like once we actually went to ground the connection, it didn't really live up to the energies we felt were present. All right, so what is going on in this person's life? The Nine of Swords. The King of Swords in reverse. We have the Hierophant in reverse. I feel like there's a lot of energy going on with this person of like questioning themselves even. It's like there's almost this feeling of realizing that, and then we have the Seven of Moons here in reverse. It's like realizing that this person feels like they're realizing that they weren't seeing things super clearly. Like that's something that they're understanding. But also I feel that there's this element of looking at our belief systems and our view of the world, the way that we perceive things. And it's almost this energy of it no longer working for us, or it like needs to be updated, or it needs to be, it's like this concern that we've been off in some way, like mentally we've been off. And it's like the Hierophant here, it's like this person is questioning what their beliefs are, questioning what their values are. This person is like coming to a moment of really questioning that. What else is going on in this person's life? We have the Devil, Capricorn energy, also Taurus. So 2 earth signs coming through. Can we clarify the Nine of Swords? Yeah, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm totally getting that. It's like, it's this energy of clearly something I'm doing isn't working. And it's like they're feeling concerned about their approach in life. Like they're feeling like it's not working. Can we clarify the King of Swords in reverse? We have the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so here it's really giving me this feeling of this person really needing to take time out of their life to reflect on things, to see things more clearly. They feel confused right now. They feel like they don't understand why things aren't going well for them, or like why their plans aren't working out. Like they don't understand why. They don't feel like they clearly see it. I also feel that there's like a sense of overthinking, and this person seems to be in a state of not being mentally well. Like it's almost like this person is not grounded, is not in a state of like objectivity right now. It's almost like they have racing thoughts, and it's like they can't figure out, they feel like they can't get to the bottom of it. They can't get to the bottom of the truth. And then we have the Ten of Swords in reverse here. Yeah, the Ten of Swords and the Three of Wands. It's like why things aren't progressing in their life, or why things are ending. Can we clarify the Hierophant in reverse? They're really questioning their, I don't know the right word. It's not tradition. It is kind of tradition though. It's like they're questioning the way that they've always approached things. And to me, it's like a worldview. It's like, this is my worldview. This is, my values. This is like how I go about things. And it's like they're having a lot of stress about that. Can we clarify the Hierophant in reverse? We have Justice, so Libra. Can we clarify the Devil? The Three of Stars here. And then we have the High Priestess in reverse, yeah. So definitely this person feeling out of touch. And I also feel like there's almost this sense of, am I the problem or am I unfair? Like, am I the kind of, it's almost like they're questioning if they're the problem. Because it's almost this energy of this person having been like so confident in who they are and like how they approach things that they're almost stubborn within it, where they don't question their belief system or they don't question themselves. And it's like they're having experiences, it feels like, in relationships where it's like they're almost having to see like how their action actions impact the outcomes of situations. Because with Justice here, this is also a card of like taking responsibility for your circumstances. And the message of Justice is really that whatever your circumstances are exactly what they're meant to be based on your actions. So it's like you reap what you sow. And so this person is trying to figure out why this is what they're reaping. It's like, what am I sowing? This person is questioning themselves. And the Three of Stars here as well, it's like, I feel like they're questioning themselves in partnerships. Like, it's like, yeah, they're questioning that. I want to clarify the Devil. Can we clarify the Devil? We have the Four of Stars. There's some restrictive energy here. Like with the Four of Stars, it's like there's a stubborn kind of an energy that is, it's almost a little bit, it's like this person can be very stubborn and closed-minded. And because of that, it's almost this feeling that this person may have a tendency to not fully appreciate or be open to other people's ideologies or worldviews or like what their needs and ideas are. It's almost like they're very attached to what their version of security is and like what they think is right. And with the King of Swords in reverse too, like that can be an energy of being very like, this is the rules, like this is the way things are and I don't budge on it. Like I call the shots or I create the rules in situations. But they're kind of realizing that they've been doing that and then they haven't been getting good results. And with the Four of Swords in reverse, it makes me feel like this person doesn't take a lot of time to reflect, or they hadn't been in life. And that's a big part of why they haven't been able to improve their circumstances, or maybe it's like they're having repeating patterns. Like they keep coming back to the same result. And it's like this, it's the fact, and I don't know if this person is actually even, I don't even think this person is realizing it. I'm saying that this is what their situation is that, and so this is very internal actually. So it's like, I guess what's going on with this person is that they're feeling very frustrated and confused as to why things aren't going the way that they're expecting them to, or why their plans aren't working. And it's almost like it's so hard for them to understand why, or because it's like they lack this objective viewpoint where they take time to see the situation mentally from like, I see this side of the situation and I see that side. And by being able to objectively look at situations like, okay, this may be like what I want in a situation or what I think is right, but we can still acknowledge that the other side thinks the same thing, right? And so it's like being able to see both sides of a situation. And I'm thinking about how like what makes a good debate, or someone like in debate, like an exercise in debate, is making sure that you could also argue your opposing side's perspective. This person really lacks perspective when it comes to things like that. Like it's like, but so they're feeling very stressed out about it, and like they're really they're thinking, but they're not getting this objective and clear thinking. And what the situation is that they need to question their approach to connections, and even life, though. Like it's almost like there's this very closed-mindedness. There's this very almost my way or the highway, but I don't even think this person is like aggressive or anything. Like I just feel like they actually lack the thought. Like they don't I want to say lack the intelligence almost. It's very first person. Like this person lives in this very like first person way, and really sticks to what they think as like a safety mechanism. And it's like they're attached to it. It's like the devil is here because it's like they're actually held back and chained to this closed-mindedness, and it actually blocks them from being able to collaborate with others and come up with like new solutions that are good for everyone. And I also feel like with the High Priestess here, it's like because this person has such a I want to say like it's very earthy. It's very earth because it feels very solid. Like it's not very mutable, this energy. And because they have it's set in stone. It's like this person's very set in stone, and because of that, like with what they believe and how they see things, that's how like then they ignore their intuition. So it's like, let's say that they feel a certain way about something, but they have like a very strict way of viewing things. I feel like this person then isn't in tune with their intuition as they're moving through life. So they can very easily ignore their intuition, also ignore their feelings, and there's also a disconnect to self. And so it's like this person just feels very disillusioned. It's very bizarre, this energy, because it's like this person could be so confident in themselves, but it's almost like this false sense of confidence that actually makes you unaware of how you could improve, like unaware of alternate approaches or unaware of how things could be better. And so it's like this person is seeing the evidence right in front of them that their approach isn't working, but it's almost like they're like, how can that be though? Because I'm right. I'm like, because this is the only way. Like, how could that not work? Like they almost can't fathom that. And I also feel like there might be this energy of almost being like closed off to the ideas of other people, or like asking for help or something, or like they need to like learn from other people. They need to bounce their ideas and actions off of someone else and get a new perspective of it, essentially. And I think that's what this person is needing to do, but they feel very stuck and confused right now. That's how I would describe it. Actually, I want to clarify. Can we clarify the Hierophant in reverse? Yeah, we have the Fool here, which is Aquarius energy. It's like this person won't try anything new, or like they won't take risks, or they also might like not respect that energy in other people in a way. Like Aquarius is the opposite. This person has a very strong Taurus energy, very Taurus. Likes to be comfortable. I feel like this person, you know what? I think that this person might even think that people that go against like their ideology, or people that don't follow their mode of operation, or like people that don't have the same perspective of them, people that don't follow that, like, and again, this person has a very conservative way of being, really sticking to the book. This person maybe views other people as foolish for doing anything else. And what they're lacking is the perspective that this person actually needs more of that energy. Like that's actually their blind spot. That's their shadow. Their shadow is that they really are averse to doing new things. They don't like taking risks. They don't like experimenting. They're really not open to that. And that is causing problems for them in their life. And I feel like it's true also from this person's perspective that it's good to have some order and some reason and some sense of like following logic and going by the book. But if you're too much that way, you can also go into extremes in that way. Yeah. It's like they also have a hard time like really understanding other people. Like they don't really, like, for example, if you guys also do tarot, it's like, think about how like right now I'm literally going into this person's mind and like trying to understand the way that their mind works. Like this person doesn't really do that, is how it feels. Like it doesn't feel like that's a part of them. It's like it's almost like they take things very much at face value, and don't question it further. Like they kind of have everything in boxes, and they've never thought to go to do anything differently than that, I guess. Yeah, it's almost too much earth energy here is like the way I would describe this. But why is Justice here? We have the Eight of Cups here in reverse. You know what? And like, I kind of like wonder if, like this person may view other people's decisions to go their own way, or to define their own values, like to define their own path in a sense, or to go against the grain. There's just a strong sense of this person's worldview being like, this is the right way, is their way. And so maybe when people, and I also feel like this is someone who may have the tendency to stay way too long in a situation that is not fulfilling emotionally, because they're not focused almost on the emotions. It's like they're just focused on the physical, like the comfortability, like the comfortability would be like the word to say it, but like I feel that this person almost doesn't understand how that's not what everything is always about. And so it's like this person also, like Eight of Cups in reverse, it's like they don't understand that sometimes it's important to walk away from something, maybe even if we have invested in it. Because the Eight of Cups is all about making that decision to go on your journey, to search for your individual happiness. It's almost like this person doesn't see that as the right thing to do. Yeah. And so maybe this person may not understand why other people do that, or they may kind of take that as something that was not right of another person, or they might feel that it's not okay for them to do that in certain situations. It's so interesting because it's such a caveat with this person, because it's like they're just very disconnected from like the deeper layers of what's going on around them, like the deeper aspects of their relationships and their life situations. They're very like surface level, not in like a bad way, just in a way that's like very simple, might even be the way to say it, like very black and white, actually, funny enough, with this deck. Can we clarify the Four of Swords in reverse? Yeah, Six of Swords in reverse. It's like they have a very hard time reflecting on things and like moving beyond them. It's like this energy of being very stuck, unable to move forward, unable to move on, unable to transition forward. And like what's missing is this person needs to reflect to learn from the situations in their life. Can we clarify the Seven of Stars in reverse? The Magician. Yeah, and it's like they're questioning like their ability. It's like they are starting to feel almost like powerless because they're not realizing like the Magician isn't about, or it's about using all of the elements to, and it's about alchemy and like taking action in order to move towards an outcome. But it feels like this person is, if anything, like there's this strange energy. Like I'm trying to like put this into words. It's this energy of really thinking that things are set in stone. So it's like they almost think that there's not anything they can do about things. Yeah, it's like seeing the world in a very like 1D way. Like it's a lack of creativity here as well, where it's like, okay, if something isn't working, we don't always need to just take that as that. Like we can actually adjust our approach and we can still move towards the same goal, but we maybe sometimes have to get creative with our approach to things. And I feel like this person instead almost feels like they have this one approach that they use, and then if it doesn't work, then there's no creative process of innovating or changing things, reflecting. It's like without any destruction, there's no creation. So it's like this person is extremely averse to destruction. It's like they sustain things at all costs until they just literally can't anymore, and then they do the same thing again. And like the missing puzzle piece in their life is needing to understand that in order to create, we must destroy. So we have to break apart certain things, look at the different elements of it, and put it back together in a new way. Like that's the feeling. And it's like instead it's like we're just getting anxious about things, almost thinking we have no control over it, but it's like you can do something about this. It's like justice is like your situations are a result of your actions, and this person seems to have a hard time understanding that. Quick clarify the Three of Stars. Yeah, Strength in reverse. And I feel like there's this energy of like lacking the ability to face their fears, and like dive in to work things out with people. Like it's like there's this energy of not I don't know, it's very interesting. It's like not overcoming challenges. Like you have the strength to work on something and like find a solution, but it's like this person doesn't see it that way. Yeah, so I just feel like overall this person's feeling very stuck in life and feeling very confused like about why things have turned out the way that they have. And they're feeling very powerless. But it's just like a need to like come up with new solutions and new strategies. And it's almost this energy as well with strength in reverse. Like, it's almost like other people's ideas, or like having to be in that position where you open yourself up, when you open your mind to other people's ideas, it's like it makes this person feel like they're in a weakened position. It's like they really cling on to this safety net of standing very strong in their conviction of what they know to be true, or like what they think about things. And that's just like devil energy. It's like they can't break out of that. It's like they're attached to it. And so like what I'm trying to say by that is like this person has a deep fear of loosening their grip on their beliefs and like their ego as well with strength here. They have a fear of doing that because that's like their strength in their mind. Like that's what makes them strong. And so, but what it does is then prevents collaboration with other people. It prevents them from updating their mindset about things. Like, does that make sense? Like, I hope I'm making sense with this. It prevents them from, it's like they avoid almost, like when they go into a conversation with someone where it's like maybe there's like a conflict, or there's two different people that have like maybe different ideas, or it's not even a conflict. That's what's so weird is we have the Three of Pentacles. It's almost like teamwork. It's like this person isn't that good at teamwork, where we trust in some, like we delegate in a way. That's not even the right way to say it. It's like, I'm trying to put this into words. Sorry, I feel like my brain is almost like slowing down in this energy. But it's like we feel threatened unnecessarily when it comes to compromise. Like the thought of compromising to this person is like an ego threat to them. And it's like they'd rather stay in unsatisfying situations and just like be miserable kind of, than face this fear around having to rethink things in their own mind, and having to maybe admit that they're like something's outdated, or like that they don't think that anymore. It's like we grow and change throughout life, and we become different. And I feel like this person has a hard time with that, is the way I would say it. Okay. What's going on in this person's life, or with this person, honestly? Yeah, we have curiosity meets opportunity. All right, we have covering up errors, painting the roses red. We have nonsense. And then we have curiouser and curiouser, discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. And so all in all, I feel like this person is being placed in a situation where they, in order to progress in life, they have to open themselves up and maybe go outside of their usual, go outside of their comfort zone in some way. I just want to get the deck and see if there's any like highlights that I want to highlight. Yeah, so it says something out of the ordinary happens nearly all the time. Most days, if you're aware, awake, and ready for adventure, there will be an opportunity to change your life. Before this can take place, you must go after whatever it is that excites you, inspires you, entices you. She does not think about what to do, nor discuss it or ponder. If she does, then she misses the opportunity to enter Wonderland. It would be lost. And that's that fool energy. It's that energy of sometimes I have to do something out of the ordinary. Like everything can't be well thought out. Everything can't be planned. It's all